Quick real-world update before we jump in. After the last video, I spent some time listening back to what we recorded, and honestly, I didn't like what I was hearing. The vocal just wasn't sitting right, and this right here is an important lesson, not to just beginners, but to everyone. There's only so much cleanup that you can do. If your source is not captured right, no amount of plugin is going to fix that. It might make it sound maybe somewhat better, but at the end of the day, that performance, that take, that source that was originally captured is just not going to feel right. So, instead of forcing it, I hit the refresh button. I brought down the key, I re-recorded the vocals, and this time I recorded 2 separate guitar takes. That way, we can pan one guitar take to the left and one to the right. This way we create natural separation. Not trying to use plugins to try and fake it. So even though I had to re-record everything, don't stress it. You see, this is just a normal part of the process. If the source is not right, fix it at the source. If you're new here, my name is George, and this is part of my home studio setup for beginner series. Now, let's talk about what to do after you record. Before touching any plugins, the first thing we do is clean up our session. This step is boring, but it's also the reason a lot of mixes fall apart because a lot of people skip it. Make sure to name your tracks clearly. Acoustic guitar left, acoustic guitar right, lead vocal. Color coding isn't about being fancy. It's about not getting lost later. Next, we clean up the audio itself. I'm trimming silence at the beginning and end of each clip. Not because silence is bad, but noise starts stacking up when we start putting on compression and adding reverb. Now, let's talk about levels after your recording. This is huge.
Thank you for the light, thank you for the day, thank you for the love that never fades away, thank you for the joy.
For beginners, aim for peaks around -12 to -6 decibels. This gives you headroom. This means that you're giving room for your mix to breathe. If something is too loud, don't jump straight away for the fader. Instead, I'd recommend using a trim knob or a clip gain plugin of some sort to adjust the initial gain signal first. We can worry about volume later. I want you to notice what we haven't done yet. No EQ and no compression. At this stage, plugins can only hide problems, but not actually fixing them. If your recordings don't sound decent dry, plugins won't fix it. This is where recording 2 guitar takes really pays off. One guitar slightly to the left and one guitar slightly to the right. Nothing extreme. The vocals stay dead center. This will create width naturally. No plugin or stereo tricks needed. Before moving forward, do this every time. Listen all the way through. No fixing, no tweaking, just listen. Ask yourself, can I hear everything clearly?
Thank you for the light, thank you for the day, thank you for the love that never fades away, thank you for the joy, dancing in my soul, you make me whole. Thank you for the light, thank you for the day, thank you for the love that never fades away, thank you for the joy, dancing in my soul, you make me whole.
Now that our session is clean, leveled, and organized, In the next video, we will make our first real mix move. We'll talk EQ, compression, and how to use these tools to enhance what's already there without ruining it. If this helped you out in any way, make sure to watch the series from the beginning. I'll link the playlist down below in the description. And if you've gotten any value out of this video, I just kindly ask that just give some value back. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and drop a comment down below. I'm George, and I'll see you in the next one.